Supposing the universal mind is Gayatri, and each moment from her womb, these three worlds are being born. What can we do? We can say that the very fact that every moment you are giving birth, every moment you are passing through the suffering of childbirth. Every moment you are passing through the suffering of childbirth. Do I want to add my suffering to yours, or do I want to voluntarily take my own suffering? If I complain and throw out my sufferings, to whom am I? To the universal? The universal mind is in a constant state of suffering. Constant. The very, the very holding of the three worlds. The very nourishment of the three worlds is a constant state of suffering. Don't add your personal sufferings to it. Don't add your personal suffering. There's nothing like personal in life. So when suffering comes in your life, say, it's not personal. This very suffering is coming to thousands of people on this planet at the same time. We are all passing through the same thing. It has come for a certain purpose. Voluntarily take that suffering. Don't throw it back to the universal mind. What can you do for the universal mind? Be free of suffering. Be free of suffering. There's nothing in life worth suffering for. It's a dream. Wake up from the dream. In a dream, you don't say, I suffer. Of course, in the dream, we suffer. The food we eat. The food we eat goes in the stomach, right? It gets churned. And the churning is done in such a way that it's made available to the blood stream, right? And it goes into the bloodstream, right? The bloodstream extracts a substance from the food which is called as magnetism. Now try to see, the food can be seen with the five senses. It cannot be seen with the five senses. So we have moved from the visible world to the invisible world. Magnetism is the first and lowest substance of the invisible world. Right? This magnetism, so we eat the food here, it goes in the stomach, the magnetism is extracted in the heart. In the heart. It allows us to hold a thought. It allows us to conceive a thought. It allows us to think logically. It gives a kind of immunity to the body-brain system. Right? It's a very important substance. This magnetism can be lost by many things. And one of those things which we lose it is restlessness. You know what is restless? I'm a restless person. I can't sit, I can't stand, I can't do this, I'm from here. Right? Oh, some people are sitting and they're moving constantly. So there's a continuous loss of magnetism. Continuous loss of magnetism. Restlessness is the first cause for loss of magnetism. So, such people, for them to think logically, to conceive something, to visualize, it becomes difficult because they can't hold their thoughts for a single moment. Magnetism. Then the food, it goes into the liver, right? And from the liver, it goes into the brain. And the first thing is, which it extracts, is thought energy. Thought energy. Right? So this is the energy which goes into the making of my thoughts. It is also the motor electricity of the body. So all my conscious functions are done through this energy. Right? the food then goes further into the brain, and one more electricity is extracted, reflex electricity, emotional energy. That means all my emotions are nothing but reflex actions, right? Reflexive, right? Somebody touches my knee and my leg, reflex action, reflex electricity, right? My food is digested, reflex electricity. Okay? So, all my emotions, I may be attracted to somebody, I fall in love with somebody, but it's just attraction and repulsion, just reflex electricity. Right? It's not love. Now this is extracted, because it is emotional, it is extracted here, it goes from the brain here. Now the problem in this is that we have a lot of reactions and negative emotions. Now from this, the food is going to go right down and sex energy is going to be extracted. Can you understand? But I'm a very angry person. I'm always irritated and angry and, So what am I losing? So there may not be enough of food which can go down and sex energy get extracted. Sex energy get extracted. And such people, there are certain conditions, you can identify such people by their thoughts, the quality of thoughts they are having. The quality of sex energy is very low. And in normal man, 99% this is the case. Because everybody lives in reactions. The quality of sex energy which is built in normal man is not the right type of sex energy. Now, you're asking about brahmacharya. Already I have very little of this sex energy. Already I have very little of this sex energy. Does brahmacharya save this sex energy, or does brahmacharya clean this sex energy? Or does the absence of brahmacharya clean this sex energy? Can you understand what I'm saying? I'll tell you a story. I won't give names. Very, very famous Jain guru. Right? He was very ill. He's no longer there. Somebody took me to meet him. You talk to him about something. Very famous, written number of books, can phone a prime minister, big agitations for cow slaughter, this thing, that thing, God knows what. Right? So, there were so many people, and I talked to him about something, and as these gurus go, you're just talking the same thing, what is Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, I forget it. Anyway, somebody sitting in this thing, group over there, he must have gone down and told his disciples something. Right? And so I went down, I was leaving. I never met the guru again. Of course, he left after that. And I saw down that all these disciples had gathered, the whole hall was full. And one of them came and brought me and made me sit over there. I said, I have to go home. So he said, nay, this you talked upstairs. We all have one problem. We have thoughts of sex. This I'm telling you a fact. Because now here is a situation where these people wear white clothes or whatever. The whole town is falling at their feet, and this is the state of their mind. This is their state, their level of being. Right? So he's saying, we have thoughts of sex. You tell us, because you spoke this up there, we know that you know the answer. Tell us how we can be free of the thoughts of sex. Now please understand, if this is of a good quality, you cannot have thoughts of sex. The magnetism. But if this is a weak sex energy, you will be thinking about sex all the time. So I said, this is not my problem. Who gave you sannyas? Right? Who made you wear these white clothes? You go to him and tell him that before he made you do brahmacharya, he should have told you what to do about these thoughts. Otherwise, he has no right of giving you this thing of without the science. How are you doing anything? Anyway, it came down to this. So I taught them 2 techniques of how to be free of this. What I'm trying to say is that abstinence from sex is not brahmacharya. Abstinence from sex is not brahmacharya. On the contrary, for the spiritual path, for a yogi, it is very necessary that till he learns certain yoga techniques, he has normal sex at least once a month. Once a month. It's very important. He leads a householder's life. He has normal sex at least once a month. Why? It will purify this energy of all the negative thoughts. Right? Second thing, within us the divine fragment resides in a chakra over here called the bindu. The bindu. Next to the sahasrara, there is a small chakra called the bindu. When you are entering into sex and as the momentum in sex increases, the bindu starts vibrating. And that pleasure which you get from sex is not pleasure of sex. It is the pleasure of the divine fragment releasing something in the bloodstream. Can you see? The bindu chakra, at the point of sex, it vibrates. Why? Because the divine fragment feels a new child has to be born, so I have to put my blueprint into it, so it releases something from that divine. Can you get it? And that is why it is very important to vibrate the bindu every month, otherwise the bindu will dry out. And if it dries out, there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot experience any spiritual progress in this life at least. Better not get into brahmacharya, the so-called brahmacharya. It's a curse. It's a curse. Right? Have a normal householder's life. Then later on, the guru teaches techniques where you can vibrate it without entering into sex. Then you have a right. Then you observe yourself for 3 months. You see, more than 50 to 60% of our thoughts are loaded with sex. Can that come down? See, when thoughts are free of sex, then you have a right for brahmacharya. Then also, when you enter into brahmacharya, what is your aim? What is your type? Right? So all this becomes very necessary. For some people, abstinence for sex will be necessary. For some people, entering into sex with detachment will be necessary. See, there's a science to everything. There's a science to everything. I'll just go a little deeper into this. Every drop of sex energy, whether male or female, is made of 3 parts. The physical part is called Shukra. The psychological part or the astral part called Virya. And the spiritual part or the light within that, Ojas. Ojas. So, each drop of sex energy is combined of a physical part, a psychological part, a spiritual part. So people come and they say, we want to have a child. So I say that 3 months of brahmacharya. Why do I say 3 months of brahmacharya? Because there is an increase of virya. There is an increase of virya, the increase of the psychological quality of the sperm and the ovum. That does not mean this woman loses her eggs every month, you will say, but that is the physical part. Physical part. The very concept that I want to hold on for 3 months, that abstinence for 3 months, done with a higher purpose that I want to have a child. You understand what I'm trying to say? That increases the psychological component, right? The quality of the child will be different or not? You tell me. Has to be. Has to be. You get it? Right? So, science will say under the microscope there is no difference. The physical part is the physical part. But that is science, what science sees and what science says. Right? So, there brahmacharya becomes important. We are doing it for a specific aim. We are doing it for a specific aim. Right? Now, supposing I have learnt to vibrate the, what do you call, bindu. There are many techniques of vibrating the bindu. Vajroli is one of them. Right? Then, it may not be necessary to enter into the sex act. But, there may be this thing that I want to separate this from this and this from this. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? How are you going to separate it without entering into the sex act? Now you will consciously enter into the sex act. You will enter into the sex act, only release the physical part, and you will take the psychological and spiritual part back up within you. Now, this is a different way of having sex. Right? And I know people who are practicing this. I know some people who are practicing this. And it is possible. One person, he may increase his ojas by abstaining completely. Another person, when he abstains completely, he suddenly feels that he is getting, uneasy. He is getting restless. Right? So then, he does not increase his ojas by abstinence, he increases his ojas by entering into sex, and he enters into sex in such a way that it increases the ojas. They become a kind of circle in sex, where each one feeds the other. Supposing you enter into sex and you're doing Omkar in sex. Right? One Omkar is penetrating into your partner's Omkar is penetrating into you, and suddenly there's this thing, oh, and there's a whole, cycle of that built up. There's a whole aura of that built up. Suddenly there is an increase in this, massive increase in the spiritual content. Right? So, for everybody there will be a different rule. This we went a little deeper into the subject, but what I'm trying to say is, for normal man who's leading a householder's life, have sex once a month. That I'm not saying don't write it in a mathematical notebook. If you miss out for 3 months, does not matter. Does not matter. Right? But this is approximately what I'm telling you. Otherwise people, mahino maro chuti gyo, they'll phone me. Please, don't. They'll phone me. What to do? Right? Don't do anything stupid like that. In the Brahmarandra, there is a central brain cavity. The central brain cavity has 4 doorways. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know one guy, and he smokes the whole day. So every time somebody has told him that, to get rid of the bad habits of smoking, after every cigarette you do one Omkar. So one day I was at his home and I heard some sound, something like that. So I asked his wife, what is he doing? So he smokes one cigarette and then he does one Omkar. Somebody has taught him that there will be no negative effect of the cigarette. Right? So don't be normal in life. Enjoy life. One of the ways of enjoying life is through good food. It is something which gives the instinct. Don't bring this in. Don't bring this in. Right? You'll ruin everything. We ruin everything. See, today the whole what do you call attitude of people is how many vitamins, how many this, how many calories, how many this. Nobody is saying that by eating this food will the monkey chatter more. Right? This food, what kind of emotions does it bring within me? This food, if some people can digest this kind of food, this kind of emotions will come. Some people cannot digest it, then this kind of emotions will come. What is the psychological content of food? No one talks about it. Right? So, it is a half science. It's a half science. All nutrition is a half science. All nutritionists, they will screw your head up completely. Don't get into all that. Right? Enjoy life, but do it in moderation. Do it in moderation. The middle path. Bring balance in what you're doing. Don't overindulge. Don't overindulge. Talk to your stomach. Right? So food is important, but the way I eat food is more important than what food I eat. First of all, enjoy it. First of all, enjoy it. The second thing is, be positive. Taodeji used to say, food is something which comes right from the animal nature. So it's a very good time to, balance the animalism and eat the food. Consciously balance the animalism and eat the food. First of all, get your Akar proper. Akar proper. Right? Everywhere I go, people are practicing Omkar. The Akar is not proper. Then think about the Ukar. I taught somebody the Tanpura sound. Everywhere it went like an advertisement. But first, the Akar is only not proper. The Akar is not proper. Get the Akar proper. So first, get your Akars correct. Your Akar is only not correct. You all are doing Ukar with the Tanpura. Then I don't know what you all will do, and then you'll do something else. Right? First, get the Akar correct. Akar must be correct. People are doing very balanced, very relaxed. And it should flow into the Ukar. Right? It should flow. Don't make a mess out of it. So first get your Akar correct. The Akar must come from here. Must come from here. So you go, take a deep breath. Get it. This thing. What is happening? People, that's no Omkar. Then the rest is this thing. Don't practice Ukar and all just now. First get the Akar. At least the grounding must be perfect. The Akar goes right down to the Mooladhara. This is the earth chakra. The grounding must be perfect. Then build your mansion. Otherwise you'll build your mansion and there's no foundation downstairs. It happens. I don't know. People build the walls and nothing underneath. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Yes, I taught some people the Ukar. The Ukar is the best part of the Omkar. The Ukar contains all the siddhis. The Ukar is, when it opens out, it is so joyful, so beautiful. All the artistic part of Omkar is in the Ukar. So I said, practice it with the Tanpura. But the problem what I see now is that even people who are very close to me, who have been practicing with me for 10 years, their Akar is not proper. Don't do anything just now. First get your Akar proper. Once your Akar is proper, then build your house. Right? The people are, the Akar is not proper. Akarant. Akar is not proper. Build that first. Then move to the Ukar. So just now, just do the normal Omkar. Just do the normal Omkar. Once you're grounded properly, Akar is proper, you know it is proper, then move to that Tanpura and all that. I said, Tanpura, I have started practicing in 6 months. All over the world, people have been started practicing. Right? And nobody's akar is proper. I've started making people practice in the camps, but I know yet still that people's get grounded. Then nothing can touch you in life. You know that photo of Shreenathji? You've seen it? Shreenathji's photo is looking down. The earth tattva, it is an earth tattva photo. He's looking down. I am standing firm on the ground. Come, I'll take you. He's saying, I'm standing firm on the ground. Try to see the photo as something in between. When we were kids, we used to, make on one side and then we join the paper like this, and this side would make a... The photo is something like that. And then the photo will start talking to you. The picture, not the photo. It's a piece of objective art. There's so many mysteries hidden in that. So many mysteries hidden. So the mysteries will start coming out. See, this side is equal to this side. Sushumna. And then just see this hand, the elbow, right, in line with the ear, in line with the third eye. It's small details you'll go into. This in line with the navel. No? So this word Aarti comes from what? Aarti, it comes from Artha. Artha means to cry. But not just an ordinary cry. When something very dangerous happens and we cheek pade, okay, what do we call in English? Yeah. That is the meaning of the word Aarti. So you have to cry for that. You have to cry for that. In that posture you have to do the Aarti. In that posture you have to do the Aarti. Now there's a flame over here. And within that form there is a hidden flame. So you have to match. And you want that flame to come here. So there's a movement. So you come here, here, here. 3 in one line. So you go. Yeah? So all that is a part of the movement of Aarti. Movement of Aarti. Inner posture. Yeah? And then when you come down, it is moving through your backbone like this. The whole cycle of fire. The whole cycle. So it comes down up through the backbone, comes out, and it goes like this round. So this is the Aarti. So one Aarti you're doing of the Murti, one Aarti is happening inside of you. Inside of you. Right? So both match. Presence. Without presence, it's just mechanical. What is that? Take it, hold it near the third eye. Align your third eye, you align the flame, align the third eye of the deity. Hold the picture inside. Then move slowly down, come down. Now the flame is down, so it is moving through your Sushumna, coming out, and it is creating a whole aura around you. Similarly around there, 2 auras. Right? And then you move. Right? Clockwise, not like that. Clockwise. Clockwise. The divine, the current moves up, no? Down to up. So the, electrical field of the divine is clockwise. You know the Suryodaya and Surya Asta practices. When you're going to sleep at night, no? See, sleep is a practice for death. Sleep is a practice for death. Right? Now say today he has given 1 point of reference. The solar plexus. Right? So just move your attention to the solar plexus and start relaxing. Relax your legs. Take all the energy to the solar plexus. Relax your head, your hands, your shoulders, your back, everything, and take all the energy to the solar plexus. So all the energy is here, everything else is lifeless. Lifeless. Right? Now just wait in that position over there. Wait very relaxed. It is an active waiting but very passive. Now as you start feeling sleepy, start reciting a mantra inside, not loudly. Om Satyam Param Dhimahi. Satyam means the absolute truth. Param means the absolute truth. Param, Satyam. Dhimahi, I meditate upon. Dhimahi. So I want to know the absolute truth and nothing else. Right? So, first of all, get all the energy from all the parts of the body. Bring it to one point over here. You're sitting in that point. Everything else is lifeless. Now you're waiting for sleep to come. At the point sleep starts coming, couple of times you just Om Satyam Param Dhimai. Om Satyam. Right? And you'll fall asleep. Fall asleep. Now in that asking to see the truth, some point may come when all the memory patterns, all the sanskars, for a momentary point in time, they are in suspension. And you will see something. You will experience something. Right? Do this every night when you go to sleep. See, when you know death is coming, you know death is coming, and you're sitting in that point, you've taken your energy and you're just sitting there and you're waiting for death to come. You're waiting for, and the minute death comes, the absolute truth is there. Death comes, the absolute truth is there. Om Satyam Param Dhimai. I want nothing else. I want only the absolute truth and nothing else. Right? Become a practice for death. Then death will not be death. Do this every night. It'll take a few minutes.
By sitting and then lie down.
No, lie down and do it. Lie down and do it. When you wake up in the morning, don't open your eyes. Don't open your eyes. Just feel what's happening inside. You see, everything was in sleep. Now the sun is rising. Some inner sun is rising, and it is slowly giving energy to everything in the brain, in the mind, all the patterns, everything. It's coming alive. Just observe. Don't wake up. And in that in-between state, you've not yet woken up. You're no longer asleep. In that in-between state, just say Om Satyam Param Dhimai. Om Satyam. Right? Something will happen. And then stretch and wake up. First thing is self-observation. Then is recognition of the eyes. I feel a thirst for tea. That eye has come from which center? Instinctive center. But I want to sit down and have a cup of tea with him. Then there's an eye from the instinctive center plus an eye from the emotional center. Right? I want to understand. He said, I want to understand dreams. The eye has come from the intellectual center. So try to recognize which center the eye has. Now, which are the most important eyes to be recognized? Those which come from the negative part of the emotional center. We must be able to recognize those. But they are so fast, the reactions happen, we cannot recognize them. So first of all, just start with this much at least. Which center the eye has come from. Right? Then we'll divide each center into 3 parts. So we'll then recognize which center and which part of that center the eye has come. All integration only happens in the face of light. Observation is light. And as I observe my eyes, everything automatically gets integrated into harmony and order. I don't make any effort to put it. Just the very light of observation is enough. Yeah? Right? But first recognize where has it come from? Which center has it come from? Start with that. So there's one question from someone about waking up in the morning. First of all, what state am I in when I wake up? So the first thing I'll look inside is, what state am I in? Am I in a positive state or negative state? If I'm in a negative state, just get out of that room. It's just a room in my psychological mind, in my psychological country. So just get out of it, right? Don't allow negative thoughts to come in that time. And then hold that space and start this mantra, the Om Satyam Param. Supposing we take a small thing. You insult me. It comes through a passageway in my brain and I interpret it as insult. Now this is a fixed habit within me. From my young days, this habit, this what you call attitude has been created. That when somebody speaks like this, it is called an insult. Right? When somebody acts in this way, it is called an insult. Now, can I make a kind of drawing, a picture, where there's a pathway in the brain? It's just a simple outline. This side the insult comes in, but the other side, I don't say insulted me, I say opportunity to dissolve the ego. I've changed the meaning. I've changed the meaning. Right? So I'm visualizing this state that somebody, and it is coming in, but the meaning is changing. The meaning is changing. So now this will be something which nobody has visualized till now. This will be something which no one has thought about till now. It's just you're putting it in a kind of pattern and you're giving it to the universal mind. Right? It'll work. Work 100%. Get it? So we can be creative about how we do it. Small things. वो सुबह का तो समझ लिया कि we don't want to. We ask ourselves the question whether I'm in a negative state or positive state. Right? फिर हम टाइमर रख सकते हैं. Right? तो दिन में 5-10 दफे टाइमर चलेगा, हाँ बजेगा. Right? तो हम एक जगह के मेरा प्रेजेंस को मैं रोक सकता हूँ 2 मिनट 3 मिनट होल्डिंग ऑफ द प्रेजेंस. Right? Can I just be, not become? If you become, you're Bhagavati. But if you're just being, you're not Bhagavati. Before Bhagavati was, being was. You get it? Just I'm be. हाँ ऐसे मैं प्रैक्टिस कर सकता हूँ. नहीं ऐसी छोटी प्रैक्टिस हम कर सकते हैं पूरे दिन में. हाँ मैं छोटी छोटी प्रैक्टिस बहुत किया और करता रहता हूँ. ऐसे आई डिसाइड कि आई एम वॉकिंग टू द किचन. तो मैं यहाँ नक्की कर लेता हूँ कि यहाँ से यहाँ तक कोई विचार नहीं चाहिए. भी छोटी प्रैक्टिस है, ये कोई किताब में लिखी नहीं है. पर आधा पहुँचा और विचार आ गया तो मैं वापस आता हूँ, फिर से चलता हूँ. राइट? तो ये छोटी प्रैक्टिस है, पर छोटी प्रैक्टिस बहुत बड़ी रिजल्ट लाता है. यू गेट व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से. जैसे अभी मैं स्टडी बैठिए ना, अभी थोड़ा मैं स्टडी कर रहा था कि अलग सेंटर्स का जो कनेक्शन है. तो ऐसे में मेरे वहाँ तो क्या ये नारियली के रोज़ हैं, कोकोनट ट्रीज़ के रोज़ हैं. ऐसे चलता हूँ, फिर मैं चलने में थोड़ा स्पीड बढ़ाऊँ. चलने में थोड़ा स्पीड बढ़ाता हूँ तो थिंकिंग सेंटर में विचार भी बदल जाते हैं, इमोशनल सेंटर में भी इमोशंस बदल जाते हैं. ऐसे उल्टा भी है. ऐसे चलते चलते आराम से चल रहा हूँ, लेकिन विचार आया कि ये इसने ये किया. राइट? और फौरन ही उसका इफेक्ट मूविंग सेंटर में कैसे होता है, चलने की स्पीड में कैसे हो गया, मुंह के आकार पे कैसे उसका इफेक्ट क्या हुआ. समझते? तो ये जो कनेक्शंस बिटवीन द सेंटर्स, और सब रॉन्ग कनेक्शन है, सब रॉन्ग कनेक्शन है. तो वो स्टडी कर सकते हैं. हाँ कैसे, अरे एक विचार करने से चाल आपका स्पीड में आ जाए, वो कैसी बात है. तो हो जाता है, हो जाता है. राइट? वो कैसे वो कनेक्शन हो गया, क्या हो गया, ये भीतर, इसको एसोसिएशंस कहते हैं. ये पूरा एक एसोसिएशंस का जंजाल है अंदर, नेटवर्क. of association. और उसको स्टडी करना पड़ता है. It's a very long study. Very long study. हाँ. So ये मैं करता हूँ. तो ऐसे आप भी कर सकते हैं थोड़ा थोड़ा. राइट. तो ऐसी छोटी एक्सरसाइज करने में इट्स वेरी इजी. ये सब एक्सरसाइज करने में थोड़ा भीतर से यू हैव टू हैव एन एप्लीकेशन टू डू इट. फिर पता चलता है कि ये लेट आया तो मेरा मुंह का जेस्चर कैसे बदल गया, पर वो रोज प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ. एवरीथिंग इज कनेक्टेड इनसाइड. इमोशनल इज कनेक्टेड विद मूविंग, इंटेलेक्चुअल इज कनेक्टेड विद इमोशनल, सब कनेक्टेड है. और एक गियर बदलता है तो कितनी जगह पे चेंज हो आ जाता है. ये सेल्फ ऑब्जर्वेशन. तो ये पूरा दिन है तो थोड़ा थोड़ा टाइमर रख के, टाइमर बजे तो थोड़ा एक छोटा प्रयोग कर लेना, फिर वापस गो बैक टू योर लाइफ. अगेन द टाइमर विल रिंग आफ्टर 1 or 2 hours, 3 hours. अगेन डू अ स्मॉल एक्सपेरिमेंट, अगेन गो बैक टू लाइफ. ऐसे द एक्सपेरिमेंट्स विल बिल्ड अप. ऐसे तावड़िया जी ने मुझे एक एक्सपेरिमेंट दिया था कि वेन एवर यू पास थ्रू अ डोरवे, तो ऐसे ये डोरवे में से निकला तो पॉज किया. ये बाजू मेरा फिजिकल बॉडी है, ये बाजू नया जन्म हुआ. तो आई यूज्ड टू विजुअलाइज. तो इट हैड अ बिग इफेक्ट. तो ही गेव मी दैट एक्सपेरिमेंट. राइट. तो ये करता था मैं. तो ऐसे छोटे प्रयोग हम कर सकते हैं. सो इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील. और भीतर से इंटेलिजेंस और क्रिएटिविटी आना शुरू हो जाएगा. नॉट ऑल टेम्पल्स, नॉट द मॉडर्न डे टेम्पल्स. द मॉडर्न डे सब जगह पे जो खुला है, आई डोंट नो व्हाट दे आर. द ओल्ड टेम्पल्स हैड अ काइंड ऑफ आर्ट इन इट. नाउ देयर आर डिफरेंट टेक्निक्स. So the statue which is in the temple, it has to invoke a certain inner state of presence. ठीक है? ये देखता हूँ, आंख बंद करता हूँ तो कुछ स्थिति में ये अपसाइड डाउन लिखता है. यहाँ सीधा दिखता है, आंख बंद अपसाइड डाउन दिखता है. Especially many times when you're looking at a window. वो देखा कि आंख बंद किया तो वो विंडो भीतर अपसाइड डाउन दिखता है. ऐसे when you're looking at the temple statue and then you close your eyes and you look inside, something changes inside. The statue could be upside down, it could be inside out. Suddenly something will start opening. But these are not in all styles. Definitely not in modern day. Modern day temples have no science in them. They are just manifestations of the ego. Right? But where there was objective art, so when you look at those statues and you hold those statues inside, a certain state of mind is created, a certain inner presence is created, and many times the statue takes on a different form than what it looks outside. The statue has been created in such a way that when you close your eyes and hold it inside, it changes completely. It opens up so many secrets. आपको पता चलता है मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ? जैसे कि श्रीनाथ जी का स्टैच्यू है, तो इट्स अ पीस ऑफ ऑब्जेक्टिव आर्ट. राइट. अभी जब आप भीतर देखेंगे वो स्टैच्यू को होल्ड करके, तो so many things will open up. Suddenly the statue will divide into 4 parts. Right? This part will be small, then this part will be large, the diagonals will open up. Right? In one statue, suddenly you will start seeing the mystery of life in different ways. अभी आप दर्शन कर रहे हैं. Not only that, it will invoke a certain higher presence within you, where you will be able to hold your presence, you will be able to feel a higher emotion. Right? Not the normal emotions are just hysteria, where people cry and do all sorts of nonsense, and they do some kirtan or something. It's just hysteria. There's no science in that. It's a very sad thing what has happened to the Indian system of worship. So, the statue becomes a key for unlocking something inside. You get it? Suppose ये हाथ ऐसा है तो ये elbow तो ये एक line दूर लिया, हाँ तो यहाँ से यहाँ एक line लिया, again something down will come, then this and this will join somewhere, this and this will join. Suddenly you'll see that the head is suddenly the center of the whole thing. The head is being repeated, so there are different measurements like this. These measurements, they represent different parts of the body. Those different parts of the body represent different kinds of, either you call Navras, Shol Sringar, whatever you want to call it. So much is there in just one statue. So you're doing darshan of the statue, and the statue is opening out in front of you, and so many things are. Say you take Hanuman, right? Han means to kill. Han means to kill. Huh? So it comes from the word Hanumat. Mat means buddhi, mati, buddhi, intelligence. Man, right? The intelligence to kill. The intelligence to kill, right? So when you're looking at the statue of Hanuman, the intelligence to kill. Kill what? Lower emotion, negativity, negative emotion. You get it? Now, the different poses, one is in Virasana. So, it is the invocation of what we wrote over here, Virya. Invocation of Virya, Sankat Mochan. Right? Be free of doubt, be free of worry. Right? People take it to mean something totally different. They mean that problem which is, worrying them, that will find a solution. No solution is going to come. It has nothing to do with the solution. It is, you are free of worry. Sajivan, Sanjivini. Self-remembering. To remember the Atma Tattva on and off. Sajivan karo. You see, so all this is there in that statue. So when you hold that statue, suddenly these things become apparent. That this is darshan. You go to the temple to have darshan. For that to reveal to you, to open the mysteries of life to you. And then you do an Aarti or whatever you do over there. It's a thankfulness that this one small carving can reveal so much to you. Most of the old temples are objective art. All the Jyotirlings are objective art. So many of the Krishna temples are objective art. The Khajuraho temples, the Konarak temples are objective art. I remember, I'm talking 1988, we were roaming in the fields near Bhubaneswar, and we came to this temple of the 64 yoginis. It's a beautiful temple. Nobody knew about it. It was lying there in the fields over there. Now, of course, people have found it. But now when the Kundalini Shakti, when it divides itself into different coils, right? So according to yoga, it manifests in 51 coils. According to Tantra, it manifests in 64 coils. So there's a science. So it is these 51 coils in yoga are the letters of the Sanskrit alphabet. So within Kundalini is the science of sound, right? So these 64 statues, they represent the inner mysteries of each of the coils. So first, find any technique which you are doing, rhythmic breathing or anything, or you do the refining exercises, right? Lie down, breathe in rhythm, relax every part of the body conscious. Slowly bring your attention to the solar plexus. Do active visualizations, which I said. Come into that semi-sleep state where the thoughts have calmed down. So there is less objective mind. Now there is subjective mind. Right? Then visualize the universal mind flowing through. Be at the subjective mind. Put your picture and put it in. Right? See, you have to come to a state of deep relaxation to do this. You can't do it with any tension or anything. No? So first come into that state of deep relaxation. Try to remain in that in-between state. Where you are not gone to sleep, there's a slight amount of consciousness and you're able to do this. Be the best way to do it. Don't tell the subjective mind what to do. Just put it and that's it. Be sure it will happen. Don't make any affirmations. Right? But remember it in the day and touch it with your finger and energize it. If you call that a positive affirmation. No. We don't want to bring verbalization. Anything done with words is a very low form of thinking. Right? So we don't want to do that. Many times I have just done this practice at night and I said I want to get a good night's sleep. I visualize myself going to sleep and I go to sleep. So maybe I'll do it tonight. Huh? Right? It's not what you ask for. But if the practice becomes a knack, then you're holding a big power in your hands. You understand? It's money in the bank. Every day there must be profit in the business. One day there is no profit in the business has failed. What is the profit? Understanding. So today, have I understood anything new? Anything new? Has there been an increase of one drop of understanding? You get what I'm trying to say? So ask yourself that question when you go to sleep at night. What have I added to my understanding today? Right? Understanding is light. Understanding is the relation of knowledge to being. Right? Knowledge is information. Knowledge is knowing. But understanding is living that information. It becomes a part of your blood. It becomes a part of your being. Understanding comes from the heart. Knowing comes from the head. Right? Understanding has the quality of love. Right? It is the same energy as love. Understanding. So, have I understood something today? Have I made an effort to understand something today? I may have read one page, but have I understood one line? In whatever way. Right? Then at the moment of death, all those moments of understanding which I've lived in my life will collect together and they'll become one essence. They'll carry. Right? But I have not made any effort today. The day has gone just mechanically. I went to office, I did this, I did that. Even 5 minutes I have not made an effort to understand something new. Right? And it cannot be done just with interest. There must be an effort. If there is just, I have an interest in a serial, I don't have to make any effort to watch a serial. You get what I'm trying to say? And then there's no understanding. For understanding, there must be an effort to invest attention. The effort in holding attention, in investing attention. And then that pays something to me in return in the form of understanding. And every day, the more moments of understanding I gather, as death approaches, that is my real capital. My real capital. I have done a good business. I've been a good businessman. Today I've made no effort throughout the day. Then I'm sleeping with a loss. A simple fact that there are two kinds of understanding. One comes from reading and one comes from self-observation. The real understanding comes from when you're observing your own psyche, your own reactions, your own thoughts. Right? And from that, a new technique to be free of this. Do I do this? Like I said, you go to the kitchen. Now that has come in some moment of understanding. It's a simple thing, but it's very powerful. You get it? So, two kinds of understanding. Doesn't matter where it is coming from. But every day make an effort to increase my understanding. Just the minute you see you're in monologue, to change it into a dialogue. As a monologue. I'm chattering about you. I don't know your name, but whatever. Right? I'm chattering about you. You did this and you have no understanding and you are this and you are that and you are. And suddenly I create you within me. And you are saying the same things which I said to you are saying to. I won't stand it for a second. How can I say it about you? I won't be able to take it for a minute also. The very things which I was, just a minute ago I was talking the same things about you in my monologue. Can you get it? Suddenly I'll wake up. Why do you want to donate the organs? Because you're not just donating the organ. Every organ has its own electromagnetic field. And that field will be connected with me wherever I go. If that person to whom I've donated the organ, he has thoughts of sex the whole day, are they going to affect me? You know, in the old days, there used to be blood brothers. There was no cars, no planes. Everything was bullock cart or maybe horse. So today you and I have met, we may not be able to meet again in this life. You will go 1,000 miles this way, I'll go 1,000 miles this way. It'll take you 3 to 6 months to reach, it'll take me 3 to 6 months to reach. So how do we remain in touch with each other? How do we remain in touch? So we become blood brothers. So we would take a cup, you would pour your blood, I would pour my blood, and we would both drink from the cup. After death, even then, we would be in communication. Jesus gave his blood to his disciples. So when they drank their blood, there was a method of communicating with Jesus after he had gone. After he had gone. So it is connected. Now I donate my blood to anyone. Right? And the blood is connected. Wherever I go, that person may get a thought of murdering somebody. But I am connected to that person. You get what I am trying to say? That person may get a thought of raping somebody, but I am connected to that person. So I don't know, this is something I don't want to go into, but I would not personally do it. Unless the person is very known to me. Very known to me. Where it is going. Blood is not only the blood. Blood is not only the blood. There is magnetism in the blood. There's form in the blood. I mean, make it your decision, but this is how I would go about it. And then maybe you reach a state where you're detached from all this. It doesn't matter then. You can contribute by silencing this.
Yeah, because you had raised that subject.
To be able to throw out thoughts which come from inner silence. Right? That is the only contribution we can make. Right. Second thing, that all that is happening, it is happening because of something of some higher intelligence. It is not in our hands. Some seeds were sown, maybe now or 1400 years ago, we don't know. And when what you call pus gets into a wound, the pus has to throw out. So humanity has gathered a lot of pus, right? And that pus has to be thrown out. Then balance is going to come, right? Because it affects us personally, we feel affected. If there's nothing like personal, nothing like personal. Still, there is a way through this where it could be done without bloodshed. But somehow it is not going that way. It is going the other way. There's nothing you can do. The pus is going to go out. The pus is going to go out. It has to balance. And it is not something new. It is not something new. The seeds were sown 1400 years ago. So the time has come. And things will only get worse. No significance, but some conscious people may have asked for something at that time. Blood has higher properties. It has higher properties. There is the property of communication in blood. Property of communication in blood. That is why it's just be a little what to do, where to do, use normal intelligence. I'm not saying do this or do that. When a point comes when Mooladhara and Swadhisthana combine. Right? The one part, it's like a big ball of light and a heavy star which falls in the ball of light. And there's a splash and a star system is created. So he's not talking about some external star system. He's talking about the movement of Kundalini inside. What do you understand by karma? First tell me. When you're using the word karma, my guru used to call it a very heavy word, don't use it. Huh? What do you mean by karma? Every moment we are sowing a seed. Every moment we are sowing a seed. It is not the good or bad deed, it is the seed I am sowing. I may give 1,000 rupees to a school. It is a good deed. It is a good deed. But my inner feeling is, what a good donor am I. You get what I'm trying to say? Little Jack Horner sat in a corner eating his Christmas pie. He put in his thumb, pulled out a plum and said, what a good boy am I. So I'm giving this 1,000 rupees and inside I am saying, what a good boy am I. So what attracts the karma? This 1,000 rupees attracts the karma, or what a good boy am I attracts the karma? This has nothing to do with it. It's absolutely nothing to do with it. You get what I'm trying to say? It has nothing to do with it. It has nothing. The outer action has nothing to do with karma. You know, Osho was there. So this Jugal Kishore Birla, he's built so many of these Lakshmi Narayan temples all over India. So Osho once was joking with him. He said that, आप मर जाओगे नहीं तो definitely स्वर्ग में जाओगे. तो he says, हाँ मैंने इतने सारे मंदिर बनाए इसलिए नहीं, आपने एम्बेसडर गाड़ी बनाया इसलिए. तो कि वो क्यों? कि जो भी बैठता है ना राम नाम लेता है. Now can you see, I have made so many temples. That is the karma, seed of karma. That I can only attract pain and nothing else. Whether you built one temple or whether you built 1,000 temples. There's a misunderstanding of the law of karma. That is why I don't read any books on karma, because they're all full of nonsense. They're all full of nonsense. This is just a new banking system, accountancy. Karma is a law, it is not accountancy. It is a law. And there must be understanding of law. Yeah. So this moment I have done something unconsciously in identification, it will attract a certain kind of event in my life. This moment I have done something consciously, right? In a state of higher consciousness, it will attract a different kind of event in my life. Now, what is the intensity of doing? At the time of giving this 1,000 rupees, what was the intensity of my ego? Extreme intensity, then that will come with so much of intensity. You get it? So karma is here. Karma has nothing to do with you, me, or what. Can you see? I'm talking to you, but supposing inside I'm saying, Arey, she is ignorant, she does not understand anything, then that is going to attract karma. Not that I have improved your understanding or not. You get what I'm trying to say? Right. Now, There is a way of living where you do not create karma. Living where you do not create karma. And a conscious man does not create karma. The birds fly in the sky, they don't leave any footprints. But a man walks on the sand, his footprints are embedded in the sand. It's karma. It's karma. So learn to walk on the sand without creating a footprint. Free of karma. So first make a division between man-made laws and natural laws. Yes. Right? Income tax is a man-made law, but sharing is a natural law. It's very easy. I don't have to tell you all these things. Right? It's very easy. સ્વાર્થ હે તો એનું ઓબ્ઝર્વેશન કરો. You cannot do it નિસ્વાર્થ. Somewhere if I'm giving 1,000 rupees, the ego is going to come. But is there an observing I behind that ego who recognizes this? Who's in that light of observation, the ego is dissolving. You see, we are not totally this thing. Can you get what I'm trying to say? That observation should be there every moment. Then the motive becomes clear. Okay, I'm giving this 1,000 rupees because what a good boy am I. Yeah, no, you don't listen. It doesn't matter. It's not going to come to you. But I am holding a thought of taking revenge upon her. I am telling her that the amount you have made me suffer, one day you will also suffer. She is not going to suffer anything. She is not going to, but by holding this thought that she also has to pay in some form, it is a thought of revenge. Yes. It is a thought of giving it back to somebody. Okay, you made me suffer so much, one day life will teach you a lesson. What do they say? કઈ નહીં તો ભગવાન તો જોઈ રહ્યા છે. Nonsense. But I, for holding that thought, I am going to suffer 10-fold times. That thought is going to invite new pain in my life. It's the worst kind of thought to all. Forgiveness is the key. Forgiveness is the key. Don't hold such thoughts. Whatever happens in life, somebody takes away your property, don't hold such thoughts. Don't hold such thoughts. Those thoughts are not worth holding. We have lived life till here. Now, light has come in our lives. Right? Whatever past is there, whatever has happened in the past, we can take the light backwards. We can take the light backwards. Similarly, today I am going to sleep at night. And the whole day has passed. But in this day, I may have done something in sleep, something in identification. I will see, there I was in, I put light over there and go to sleep. That's the end of the matter. Light is free of karma. Consciousness is free of karma. Nothing can touch consciousness. No law of karma or anything. Right? So, what has been done without consciousness, go back and put consciousness over there. The past is not dead. The past is now. The past is now. And in putting consciousness there, you will change the now. Right? Don't worry about it.